What is up, guys? Welcome to the Viva LP. As normal, this is Viva, and I have a story to tell. Okay, the gameplay isn't really important. I think I went 51-7 or something. It's on Liberation, something like that. The M16 is a fucking beast ever since it got buffed. But we're not here to talk about the gameplay. No. This is the start of a new series called Wild Stories Wednesday, or whatever the fuck I decide to name it in the title. Probably like, well, wild shit that happens to Viva or something like that. Well, first story. Alright, so the story begins with 2 years ago, me and a couple of friends decided that we were going to tell our parents that we would be spending the night over each other's house and just stay out all night. And in our city, there's a curfew for 10, so that would have been, risky or whatever, but it was a fun experience. So the first time wasn't really as, exciting as the second year, because the first year we just, sat on top of a middle school roof and, watched our friends get scared. He scared his balls off by clowns and shit. He was seeing clowns. It was all dark. Like, we couldn't see shit. It was funny as hell. But the second year was a little more interesting. You see, in the second year, we were under the influence of marijuana. And I'm not to be one of those douchebags who are like, oh yeah, dude, I smoke every day. I'm so fucking high. Look at my balls, they drop because I'm high as shit. No, I did it. Everybody does it at least once. You can't deny it. If you're straight edge, that's cool. If you're not straight edge, cool too. Sell me some shit. I don't give a fuck. So we bought some weed, and we had a couple of grams of it, like enough to get at least 2 joints to everybody that was there. There was 6 people. It was me, a friend. I'm not gonna name names because I don't know how you guys are. You guys might be stalkers or some shit. I don't fucking know you. So it was a thing called Sterling Fest. So we got done with that, and the cops escorted everybody out at the end of the night. But we had weed on us, so it was a little scary. We had to run out. We were gonna run out of there. They had dogs and shit. So we got to the place where we stashed our shit, and we started rolling. We rolled up 2 joints for everybody, and if you don't know what rolling is, we rolled up a joint, okay? Look it up on fucking Urban Dictionary or some shit. So after that, we started walking down the street. Now we're in a neighborhood, like in a suburb neighborhood, and we're all, trying to get this one lighter to work. Like, the lighter would not work. It was a difficult lighter. It was being difficult, and we were like, what the fuck, the lighter? We need a new lighter. We didn't end up going and getting a new lighter. We just used that one. Well, the lighter was so messed up that it actually burnt halfway through my joint, so that I just started canoeing. And canoeing is when it's not a fully rolled joint, it's just like halfway rolled and like tipped up, so the stuff will fall out. So me being stupid and a little buzzed, I decided to take the weed that was in the canoe and I ate it. Yeah, it's a pretty stupid thing. I don't know what I was thinking. It didn't mess me up or anything like that. It just, I think when I digested it, I got a lot more fucked up than my friends. So we walked across one of the major highways, which is like 17-mile road, and so my house is on 14-mile road. We were all the way up on 17-mile road. Through the end of the night, I got back home. Okay, so around 8-7, I got back home. At about this time, I'm feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. We're all good. We're all running around this little playground over here in this little park. But we didn't want to. We thought we were gonna get caught because of curfew. Right? It was at least 11, 12 at night. So after that, we just kept walking, and then we found this place called Nona's Pizza, and holy shit, this is the best pizza ever. And I don't know if that was just a high talking or if it was really good, but it was so, like, not really greasy. It was like perfect, not too salty, not too cheesy. Everything was great about it. And so after that, we ate that, and my friend A, I'm gonna call him A because his name starts with A anyway, he saw the sign at the place called Nona's, and he decided to rearrange the letters into some formation of a word that spelled out Mondasy, like Monday with an S between the A and the Y, and that's what we dubbed the night. We dubbed it Mondasy, and from then on, it's going to be called Mondasy. And when we're old, we're going to be like, hey, do you remember Mondasy? Or something like that. I don't know. That's my old voice. So after that, we ate the pizza, and then we found a 7-Eleven. We spent a little bit more cash there. But the thing about that is that we were eating out front, and I guess customers that were driving up were like, oh, these kids look suspicious. I think they're gonna rape us or something. They told the store manager that at 7-Eleven. So the guy ended up coming out and was like, why are you guys out here? I can call the police or whatever or something like that. So we all ran around back, but my friend C his name started with a C, he was still in there buying Slurpees and stuff. I don't think the guy knew that he was with us. So we went around back, and then the guy like followed us around back thinking that we were messing with the store or whatever. He's like, what are you doing? And so he's like, come with me. And me being, you know, the guy I'm thinking of, you know, my buddy C, I started walking with him. Every one of my friends behind me just took off. Like, I didn't even see him after that. He's like, where's your friends at? I was like, I don't know. I think they went to sleep. You know, just making up some bullshit. So we went in there, and my buddy C, he was like, he told both of us to go home, and my buddy C was like, wait, do I have to pay for this? And he was like, nope. So he took some more stuff off the shelf and like left. So we left, and then we went down the street a little bit. We just sat down for a second, and we were waiting. We thought the guy was gonna actually call the cops, so we just waited a little bit till we can go find our other friends. So then we ran across the street. We ditched all the weed and shit. We ran across the street, and then we ran past the store on the other side of the street so he couldn't see us. We were like ninjas. I swear, we were rolling and shit, parkour straight up in this bitch. So then we ended up meeting back with our friends. I had a cramp. I was drinking all this Mountain Dew. I still had a box of Lucky Charms. You know, I still had the munchies. I didn't want to have them. You know, I wanted to have them later. So after that, we ended up. If I'm rushing through the story, I'm sorry. I don't know. It's a pretty long story, and I kind of want to get it done in 10 minutes. I can do a part 2 for it, but it's okay. If you want to see a part 2, like it up. But back to the story. We ended up doing whatever. Yeah, we were at the little thing, so we ended up walking through the woods because we were in another suburb area, like just like a cul-de-sac, you know, with the circle at the end, the dead end. So we ended up walking back, and we were walking down the main road, and right about now it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'm not pretty sure. It was like happened a couple, you know, months ago. 12:30, 1 o'clock. So then we saw this place, right? It was like a busy road, and we saw a lot of cars going down there, but there were like traffic cones, you know, pushed off to the side. So, you know, us being out of our normal mindset and being naive children, we decided to take the cones and put them in the middle of the street. Okay, so this is where things get interesting. We put it in the middle of the street, so a car would drive past it. Like, they would drive to it. They couldn't move. Like, they couldn't get past it unless they drove into incoming traffic, but there was barely any incoming traffic. Most cars did that. But then one car, like, stopped at it, and, like, the guy, like, got out of his car and, like, looked around. He's like, who the fuck is doing this shit or whatever? So my friend Jay, he like, took off, but he tripped over this little fence that nobody could see. It was, like, the smallest fence. I don't know what type of fence this was. I think it was, like, a rose garden fence or some shit like that. Never seen it before in my life. It was like a chicken wire or some bullshit that he cut his leg on. It was funny. So he fell over and rolled, and the guy was like, whoa, you know, stop or whatever. So he got back into his car, and he started following us, like, but not following us like slow following like creeper. He was following us like fast zoom. I'm gonna get you and fucking smack you and rape you or something. I was scared. So we took off down a side street that was into another suburban area, you know, with a bunch of houses, and then we ended up hopping these fences, and the guy pulled right into the driveway because he thought it was our house, and he like stayed there. He went up and knocked on the door and shit. So I had the Lucky Charms in my hand, but I rolled it up to be like a football, you know. I was holding it like a football and shit, and I started running like this. I was like Tim Tebow, like fucking stiff arming little squirrels jumping at me and shit. I don't know. And so I ended up doing like a Spider-Man climb over the fence where I like threw my body at it and touched the other side or something, like a front flip straight over, and I did that twice. But then we got into another backyard. The guy ended up leaving, so we had a call sign. You know, it was something like cuckoo or some bullshit ass bird noise. And so at that moment, you know, we all did that, and we all like met back up. And actually, I'm running out of time, so the story is not over yet. There's a lot more to come. But if you want to hear more, the part 2 will be up sometime, not today, but sometime later this week. And as always, like, favorite, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. If you don't like it, please leave some criticism to tell me how I'm doing. If you do like it, thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.